Hello guys, this is Jack again, and I'm a math and electrical engineering tutor from the Chegg. In this video lessons, we are going to learn about the voltage divider. So consider we have a particular circuit with a voltage supply V. Resistor R1 and R2 are connecting in series. From the Ohm law, we can find the individual voltage V1 of resistor R1 as I R1. This is from the Ohm law, V equal IR. And the current is going from the source left to right. So V1 equal I R1. And V2 is another individual voltage of resistor R2. V2 equal I R2. And also the voltage source, the source voltage is the total voltage of the circuit, which is equal to the voltage 1 of resistor R1 plus the V2 of resistor R2. And if we sum up these two, V1 and V2, we have the expression for the total source voltage equal V equal I R1 plus R2. Okay, we sum them together, I R1 plus I R2, so factor I out, so R1 plus R2 multiplied with I. And also from here we can find the current I going through the circuit by dividing the V over R1 plus R2. And now the question is, how do we find the individual voltage R1 and R2 of R1 and R2, which is V1 and V2, with a value of the source voltage? So we have the current I here, so you can plug in the I in these two expressions, and you find that V1 equal R1 over R1 plus R2 multiplied with the source voltage V, and also V2 equal R2 divided by R1 plus R2 multiplied with V. Notice that the source voltage V is now divided among the resistor in direct proportion to their resistance. So the larger the resistance, the larger the voltage drop across the resistor. This is called the principle of the voltage division, and the circuit here is called the voltage divider. In general, if we have a voltage divider with n resistor R1, R2 plus R3 plus up to Rn in series with the source voltage, then we can find any voltage drop across the n resistor as follow, equal to the R of the n element over R1 plus R2 plus Rn multiplied with the voltage source V. So this is the general formula. So in this example we have two resistors. So if we want to find any voltage drop of any element here, either 1 or 2, we just plug in 1, and then that one divided by the total resistance multiplied with the voltage, and this is called the voltage divider of the source voltage to each of the individual resistor. Okay, so let's go to one example. If we have 10 volt 10 volt. This is applied to resistor 1 and then to resistor 2. Okay, so if you want to find the, and then we have the value of R1, for example 2 ohm, and R2, for example 3 ohm, and you want to find the voltage drop across the R1. So V1, this is V1 and this is V2. V1 now equal to the resistor at that V1, which is R1 divided by the total resistor or resistance R1 plus R2 multiply with the source voltage, which is 10 volt. So just plug in the formula 2 over 2 plus 3 multiply with 10, so we have 2 over 5 multiply with 10, which is 10 divided by 5 is 2, 2 multiplied with 2 is 4. So 4 volt is the voltage drop across the resistor R1, and the voltage drop across the whole circuit has to be equal to 10 volts. So we know that V1 is 4 volts, so V2 has to be equal to 6 volts. So the total V has to be equal to V1 plus V2, which is 10 volts. Alright, so that is how the voltage divider works, and thanks for watching.